Greetings there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm James Virgilist, and I like to actually do something a little bit on the different side. Having probably a little bit on trouble on probably doing my normal LPs right now, so I'm just going to be doing random things. Assortment of stuff. Maybe full runs, maybe not full runs. But I'm going to start with not a full run because the game doesn't really have an ending point. It just keeps on going and going and going and going and going to a point that I have not gone. I did at least over 100 levels and still there is no that. This game I played a lot when I was still very young. And it's one of the games I actually played with my mom a lot also. So that's actually so I hold this game a lot. And it's really ridiculous, and it's one of the, I guess, black label games for the NES. And that game is Clu Clu Land. Sounds like cuckoo, you're cuckoo, but this is 1984. I did not play it until, I don't know, at least 1986 or 7. But basically, yes, it's a two-player co-op, which is great. But you're basically... I'll start the game, why not? Well, you can 1 or 2 players, let's go 1. So you got a grid, and you're a bubble, which looks like a balloon. And they obviously took some things from Legend of Zelda, because the rubies, or the coins, or whatever, I can't even remember what they're called. It's basically we're making pictures out of the rubies from Zelda, basically. Now, I'm somewhat familiar with the pictures, and these are sea urchins, or just urchins. If you touch them, obviously you die. And you can actually see how many coins there is by saying last. That's how many coins, or rubies. I'm going to call them rubies. There is, and there we go. Bingo. You might discover items along the way. If you ever actually see me in real life, sometimes I just kind of go like what that guy's doing, like kind of just arms back and forth. It's one of those things that I just do kind of randomly. And that's where I got this from this game, basically. And as the stages go on, you get faster and faster and faster. So now the mechanics in this game are kind of, and that's a bouncy thing, so you just bounce. You kind of hold out your arm, and you pretty much go around and around and around until you actually let go, and you let go where you want to kind of go. Mechanics are a little on the difficult side, but I can't really say it's easy to learn type of thing, hard to master. It's really kind of hard to get into this game. It's like, because I actually showed it to a few people, and they couldn't get the mechanics down because of you're swinging it around and around, and it's like, okay, well, I want to make a left, but I can't do it. So you kind of have to wait until you're kind of, when you're swinging, let go until you're kind of pointing that way, and then let go. I don't really know, but there's a lot of... Some of these things are just kind of weird, too, because I don't really know... You get points, obviously, for getting these sea urchins. Smash them against the wall. Obviously, if you go in the holes, or the things that the sea urchins come from, you also will die. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do... Can you go over the holes if you actually kind of keep on turning on them? So just don't let go when you go over the holes, and you're good. And there we are. I'm not too sure what that is. They say what all of it is in the instruction manual. I'm not too sure exactly what they are. There's some of them that actually know. And there's a set, like, literally, I think 6 stages. And then it's kind of just a repeat. But you get different type of challenges, like... Ooh, I get an apple. Most of them are points. This might be an H, actually. Yeah, this is the H. I do have to say this game is not for everybody, because it's definitely one of these games that you're like, well, if you don't get... But, you know, back in the day of the NES, I don't know, like, you had the, like, back in the day, I didn't really have too much to play, and, you know, obviously I get one game, maybe 2 game, probably 1 game a year, basically, or maybe 2. Like, birthday and Christmas, basically. And this game was incredibly cheap at the time. I can't remember how much it was, but it was cheap, and it was like, eh, why not, type of thing. And that's one thing that was the thing. You just get cheap games and you go with the flow, and hey, it's a quirky game. Definitely a quirky game. And... like, I wouldn't... Hell, like, that's what I kind of miss about games, like, today. It's like, obviously, you kind of know what you're kind of getting yourself into. Back in the day, you're like, well, I don't really know what I'm getting myself into, because, like, what is this game? You're a balloon making pictures out of rubies. Running away from sea urchins, I guess, type of thing. So, yeah. So after, what was that, stage 5? You get to the bonus area, which is, after you complete the first stage, there is no, like, repeat of the first stage. Which is kind of odd, I have to say. I used to do this flawlessly, but not anymore, I'm a little rusty. And I'm not going to do it, but hey, anyway. It's a bonus stage. And after this, they repeat to the green, blue, purple, and then gold, I guess. It looks gold. And then there's new challenges. Like, I think this one will have either 4 sea urchins, or sea urchins that come alive faster. Or just faster in general. Yeah, these are the faster running sea urchins. Because when you shoot them with, like, their beams of whatever you have, basically. And they also get a little bit more aggressively, too. Oh, this is... I think this might be the... hawk? The eagle? Might be the eagle, actually. More monies, yay! Now, if you actually get if you see a what is it, a white flag, that's a 1-up, actually, so that's pretty good. As far as I know, there's no, like, you don't get a life by point-wise. That's 7, okay, so 6, so 5 stages. Yeah, like every 5 stages. Ooh, monies. Oh, there we go. Life. Yay. So I got 6 lives instead of... Well, this one is glasses. I kind of like this because it actually gets the holes that the sea urchins come out of actually double counts as eyes also. Yeah, these ones, yeah, the sea urchins come alive faster, so... So I'm just going to go as much as I can until, well, until I stop. Because there is, I think, four levels, 4 variations of each level. So essentially 20 stages, and then you go into new challenges, basically. So sort of. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain this game other than obviously the time goes down by 100 every time you finish. I know, like the 5 stages. Like, I don't know how to describe this game. It's just like, it's a game where you go around. You get faster and faster too as... But this game, I used to play with my mom a lot of times. And we always used Game Genie because, well... It's always fun. It is more of a challenging game without like infinite lives and stuff. But infinite lives is good for just like kind of like, okay, well, I can't really die, so oh well, it's good. And I actually tried to go as far as I can. I got up to like 60 something, and I just eventually like I don't really want to do this anymore. So I don't really know how many levels there are in total, and how much it actually needs to go back in the... And I can't really do a playthrough of this because it's just... Like, I can show you the stages, but... It's not really... Come on, going on. There we are. Still haven't died, so that's good. Yeah, like this is like I can't remember exactly, but it's like symbol 1, I think, or symbol 2, or symbol something. And it's like, okay, what kind of symbol is this? Just randomness. So after that, I go back to the bonus stage, and the bonus stage counts as every 6th stage, which is the 1, I guess. Let's see if I can actually do it this time, or at least... Nope. You don't have to do it flawlessly, man. This is how you get, oh. Nope. Well, at least I did better than I did this time. Obviously, if you get all of them, the stage ends also. But, you know, eh. Why not? And still, I don't know what you need to get the bonus. If you're playing 2 players, obviously the one that has more coin than like rubies gets the bonus. But I don't know exactly what's this. Now this should have the variation of, yeah, we have 4 urchins instead of 2. They're the, I guess, somewhat non-aggressive urchins also. Now with this one there is actually a way you can get stuck. I'm not going to show you the way you get stuck because, ouch. First death. Alright. So the one thing about 4 of them is that you just, like there. You can get right in the middle. There's 2 bouncy things, and if you go in between you'll just go back and forth until a urchin comes and hits you, or time runs out. And if time runs out, it just resets and resets to like, I think it restarts default. As you see, the time went down to 100 also. Alright. So it does, the game does get a bit on the challenging side. I don't really know if I'm going to make it to where the new challenge, like when this game gets incredibly difficult is when it's like you reset your speed, reset your time, and then you get this thing of when you go through the ruby, it flips on the other side, so it doesn't really count. And you got to make sure everything is like flashing, and make sure all the rubies flashing. I don't know if I'll make it to that point because I think it's past 20. Oh, maybe. Who knows? Make it to level 20? Sure, why not? I can make the level 20. And that's pretty much when everything kind of goes whoopee whoppy. It's when the game ramps up in difficulty. Ugh. Oh. Of course, you know, I could just die before then. That's the thing, is like the speed also comes into a factor of when you get really fast. This is not fast. It's even faster than this. I wasted 3 lives in this. Can't believe this. And what? Oh, come on. There we go. Oh man, it's just, I can't... But I remember this game, playing this game, like, not religiously, but hey, you know, it's one of those... I wouldn't say a classic gem or anything, but it's something. It passed the time. And it has a crazy mechanic. Okay. Which one is this one? Is it just... Alright. And... Ouch. Okay, I have 1 life left. Let's see what I can do. Well, I didn't do anything, so... that's it! It's more of just kind of like... I'm remembering, and also... a type of thing.